week. It's sort of stuck. Catherine Parento on the other side, just interviewed with Hannah, and now playing for another title. Mixed doubles underway. Hang on, should be a fun ride.
And Kovalova coming in hot. Yeah, so you got Wright and Newman, who moments ago won a gold medal. Now get over there and get on the other side of the court. And now Matt Wright playing on the left side of the court. So just all sorts of differences. You see Newman playing on the right side. That's the way they want to play it.
So many great battles we've seen over the past year with Lucy Kovalova on one side and Catherine Parento on the other side.
Second server.
Second serve now for Kovalova and Wright.
2-0.
Lucy, 30 years old, from Slovakia. 19 PPA titles for the former Wichita State Shocker.
Point.
So you see Lucy likes to slide to the right and just sit on that backhand. So that makes it very hard to find the forehand, and you'll push it either deep or out if you try too hard. Oh, third shot lob. All right, Matt Wright, let's go. He's engaged in this. Good start for Kovalova and Wright.
3-1. Second server.
And again, that step around forehand cross court keeps it in because it's geometry, Drew. Hitting the ball cross court gives you more distance on the ball. Great shot by Matt Wright there. And the shot that Matt Wright would have loved to see 20 minutes ago is now something that is coming at him.
1-3-2.
Now it's Parento to serve. Catherine has the final set.
So you might ask, well, traditionally, the male player is on the left side of the court, as Matt Wright is here, unless there's a left-hander here, and yet Riley Newman is over there on the right side. What gives? Well, what gives is he's got a huge two-handed backhand that he loves in the middle, and then Parento can sit forehand, and this is a style that has won many times when he has been paired up with his sister Lindsay Newman, who's just back playing. Played her first tournament down at the U.S. Open after, happy Mother's Day, Lindsay, just having a baby.
Not much maternity leave for her.
No. No one. Beautiful finish there by Parento on the lob.
3-2-2.
Wright tracks back. Catherine into the net.
Look at that transition. Tracks down the lob and then comes out swinging. Matt Wright and Kovalova and Wright, the top seed, are up a couple.
And our officials for this match got Don Morgan as our lead referee. Don Stanley, our second in command. There's Don Morgan right there. Joel Alness, our tracker, and Adam Goldsmith on video replay.
So there you see, why not have that in the middle? Dare Lucy to go all the way wide of his forehand and really narrow the court.
Kovalova thinking Ernie there.
And she'll make that move just to force a ball to Matt as well. So it's not necessarily to hit an Ernie, but to force the ball out of a spot on the court.
Point. 4-2.
Tied at 4 now. Second serve for Parento. Every player on the court has played a match, so the slow starts that we had before, I don't think we're going to see that in this particular match here, Dave.
No, you have everybody sort of dialed in here, and other than Lucy, hate to call her out with what I'm about to say, you have gold medals all around as well. She'd love to have one of her own.
Oh, wow.
Riley Newman just couldn't quite get enough on the attack earlier in that point as he was dancing like a Walenda brother across the tightrope there.
Ernie time. Across that kitchen right into the pantry for Matt Wright.
6-4-1.
Perfect.
And he said, bring that middle, please. And the Gamma paddle, our official paddle, whether it's being tossed on the ground to designated timeout or not, still the official paddle. Really nice start for Kovalova and Wright.
7-4, Wright and Kovalova here in game 1. Third match of the day, and it's for mixed doubles championship glory. Matt Wright alongside Lucy Kovalova, household names on the PPA tour. They represent the brand so well. Matt, 44 years old, out of the University of Michigan, a la Tom Brady.
Indeed, we mentioned him earlier, unfortunately, for those of us that are Steelers fans. But, yeah, maize and blue.
Second server.
Ironic, Wright has 8 PPA championships, make it 9 after the one today. Brady with 7 Super Bowls.
Just stop it. Enough.
Little comparison, maybe?
They both went to Michigan. Let's move on.
I'll stop right there.
And Matt Wright, just a resounding stamp on this with movement, with anticipation, and he is the difference. Kovalova's been just absolutely clobbering drives all day, and now setting up Matt Wright.
Oh, wow.
That's one of those points where if you're Wright and Kovalova, you're like, well, that was a lot of fun. I know we lost it. Now Parento and Newman need to get going.
4-9-1.
Trail by 5 here in game 1. Right at Parento.
Kovalova with a beautiful inside out forehand. Held it and then flicked it inside out. So that's what you got to do. You got to find the outside.
5-9-2.
Second serve here from Parento. Right comes over, right back in the other direction.
Just obscene anticipation and then just a little roll of the wrist into the open court. Feeling it here.
Wright comes over right in front of Lucy. Did that go down exactly the way they would have wanted?
You know, Matt anticipated it. It was Catherine's hands because she could have easily been surprised by that. And then, no, it went very poorly after that.
Wright's taking over this match right now.
So what's happening is Kovalova's dinks are good enough that Wright's just going, Newman's not coming down behind me. I'm going to keep cheating over there, and here's a game point. There's the two-handed wizard that is Catherine Parento. So they save one there.
5, 10, 1.
Oh, it's going to push that one wide.
So until Newman does that more often, Matt Wright's going to just sell out to his right and dictate points. And again, just flying across. Is this where the Fountain of Youth is located here in North Carolina? Because this man is moving.
I'm telling you. He has done things inside this facility this week that I just never knew that he had in him. Hits that one a little bit long. He's going to make this a 10-7 match now here in game 1.
7, 10, 2.
There's a winner from Newman.
So there's a nice job of Parento being ready, because Newman started at counter from right, but cross court into her forehand, and she was ready.
10, 2.
And for all of what Matt and Lucy have been able to do, their lead is but 1, and now they're calling timeout.
So paddles down here on championship court. Just got a little bit more interesting here in game number 1. Wright and Kovalova, you know, we talked about Matt Wright, his age, 44 years old. I think his approach is kind of like a Brady in that, hey, I'm going to do this as long as I'm good, Dave, at this level. And then once, you know, I see the drop off, then maybe I'll tell Lucy, hey, good luck, go find another partner. But I think that's the right approach. Right now he shows no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, first of all, I think we agreed not to mention Brady anymore, so demerit for Drew. No, you're absolutely right, though. He is still at the top of his game. Maybe he'll unretire and then come out of retirement just for a little drama himself, but Lucy's a tremendous player. He's not going to want to be the reason she can't be successful. So until that happens, he'll be right by her side.
Great point. We're tied at 10.
Wow.
10, 10, 2.
There you go.
Side out.
Side out right back now, and a chance to win it.
So Wright is still thinking about the point before that where he had a backhand that would have kept him at 10-9, but impressive from Newman with Parento to come roaring back here.
Expect to see that this entire match. Somehow that one drops in.
Well, the net was the reason. Flipped it right over the paddle.
10, 10, 2.
And now Lucy mishits.
Yeah, she tried a degree of difficulty of 400 on a 1 to 10 scale there, swinging off her shoelaces inside out.
Right down the middle, Newman, and now it is game point for Parento, and Newman on the brink of stealing one.
For sure, they saved a game point against that. Dink from Kovalova stays a little up, and wow.
The finish from Wright.
Second serve.
Nothing is going to come
11,
easy
10,
here
2.
in this match. Oh, that's out.
What a job by Kovalova being able to get her body down, paddle up, and go down
10,
on that
11, 1.
attack by Newman. Tremendous job saving 2 game points themselves.
Oh, switch the side
Second
and
serve.
absolutely caught right in no man's land.
That's when the score changed, when he didn't just keep feeding cross court, and that was a beauty. Caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Point.
Able to get one back though, so they tie it, Dave, at 11. And this entertaining game 1 just gets more interesting.
Yeah, so when
11,
Newman is
11,
playing the
2.
way he is, Parento's got to slide even farther and only hit forehands. I know that's tough for her. Oh, and there's Don Stanley scaring the bejiminy out of everyone in here with, and he's only the 2nd referee, but he's perched up above the court. So everyone take a deep breath, right clearly in the kitchen there.
Second server.
That one goes awry, so second serve coming up here for Parento and Newman. Yeah, if we leave here and our hair is standing up,
11,
hey,
2.
that's because Don Stanley has been reffing these matches. So unique, his style. As Lucy
Side
comes
out.
through again, and another side out for Wright and Kovalova.
Yes.
Back and forth
11,
we
11, 1.
go.
This is going to be a grind.
Second server.
So if that's left up there, Kovalova has to sell out in the middle. Easier said than done. Great job by
11, 11, 2.
Newman of just hitting the right amount of pace on that.
Comes right back.
Point.
So that one, you didn't have Wright far enough off that, so you got to stay in it with Kovalova.
11, 2.
And here's try number 3.
Oh, it just goes long.
Side out.
Who is going to win
11,
this game
12,
1?
1.
That's long.
Second server.
And this has got to be really hard. We talked about what it would have been like to play singles against Leia, but dictating in the women's game and now playing
11,
a
12,
much more
2.
complementary style as Parento, so she's finally got a ball to do something with and pushed it deep. Hard to make that mental adjustment from different matchups.
Lucy and Catherine going at it now. Matt. How about this? It goes out.
Side out.
So it's a side out here for Kovalova and Wright.
The ladies staring down the men on Mother's Day. Let's go, ladies.
12, 11, 1. Timeout by the serving team.
So the
12,
serving
11,
team
1,
calls the
1
timeout.
minute.
Kovalova and Wright. Wright just, I think, wants to switch things up a little bit, take a deep breath before they give another one away.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything about switching it up. It's let's hydrate and be ready to go.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody, and staying with us throughout the day here on Mother's Day.
12,
Mixed
11,
doubles.
1.
Kovalova and Wright, Newman and Parento in the far court. It's game point. And Newman and Parento just are not going quietly.
Twelve, 11, 2.
They're going to get another opportunity here, Dave. So the timeout from Wright does not do its job.
No, they got the ball back, and then indecision in the middle. I know the middle was
11,
actually the
12,
middle of
1.
the right side box, but Matt's been so aggressive there, and Lucy thought for sure he'd take it, and now it's Newman taking it to right, and we're knotted again. 5 chances gone.
12-1.
12 apiece. That one goes awry. Now game point on the other side.
And Matt looking for a paddle tap, finally gets it.
13-12.
Second chance for Parento and Newman. Not wide enough for the ATP.
How about this?
Insanity to save a game point.
Take a deep breath. We all need it here in
13-12,
Charlotte.
2.
Second game point here for Newman and Parento. Right takes care of it.
Right out.
Oh,
So,
wow.
We got 5 saved. The Kovalova and Wright have had the opportunity. 3 opportunities for Parento and
13-1.
Newman. Can they make it lucky 13 for everybody?
Second server.
I mean, this is something else here.
12-13-2.
Kovalova and Wright still down a point. Oh, Lucy didn't know what to do with that one.
Perfect pace and placement by Parento down the line. Caught in between and taking that out of the
13-12-1.
air. Chance 4 coming up.
There it is finally.
Point.
So Parento and Newman, they come roaring back to take game 1. If this is what this match is going to be all about, we're in for an absolute classic. Parento and Newman fight off several game points. They win it 14-12. Stay tuned.
Second server.
Welcome back to Charlotte for the Invisalign North Carolina Open. Drew Felios, Dave Fleming, Hannah Johns. Thrilled you are still with us here on this Mother's Day. Parento and Newman take game 1. Kovalova and Wright serving here for game 2.
Right out.
And the side situation comes into play here because
0-0-1.
Riley knows that this side is the better side. He talked about it. He talked about the application from basketball, and now he got
0-0-2.
stole one on the bad side. So you want to get off to a good start here and really let that sink in.
Point.
An interesting answer he gave to Hannah about depth perception and how that was such a key. Catherine in a slugfest. That one looks like it goes just out.
And sometimes where your coach is sitting can be helpful, as they looked over and got the affirmative from
0-1-1.
Athena Truo that, yep, that was deep.
Second server.
Riley reaching in and then rolls it just down so low, just
0-1-2.
really on point here. And that's what Newman wants you to do. He wants you to think the opening to his right is an opening.
1-0-1.
That sucker's closed, Drew. Go ahead and try and hit it over. He wants you to. He's moving over there before you do.
Trying to bait you in.
Yes.
That one goes wide from Parento, so here's the second serve.
1-0-2.
In case you're just joining us, Catherine Parento has 2 legs of the Triple Crown already in the books. A victory here will give her that for the first time ever.
Side out.
And she talked about it in the interview. She's like, what's her goal for the rest of the year? Triple Crown.
0-1-1.
It could happen within hours.
She's done so much in this sport. If you follow it constantly, you almost want to see Catherine get that for the first time. She has done so much and played so hard.
It just keeps getting better and better and adding more shot selection and offense.
Here's right charging, and that ball heads right up into the souvenir section. Now, do you get to keep the ball in pickleball, Dave, when it goes into the audience?
I'll tell you what, yesterday a gentleman had it go into his drink cup. That gentleman got to keep it. That was unbelievable. Hole in one. But no, if I'm playing, I want the ball back if I'm ahead. If I'm behind, take it home. Take it home, we'll get you a new one.
Sure.
But I'd never seen that before. It just barely fit perfectly in the drink cup.
That's great. Here's Newman coming up, hammering away.
Yeah, and this cross-court dinking between Riley and Lucy, Matt was able to identify when he could reach in the first game. Riley started going behind him,
Second server.
and that changed the momentum and got them a game 1 victory.
2-1-2.
Second serve here, 2-1 lead for Parento and Newman.
Left-hander.
Kovalova keeps it alive. Wow. Ambidextrous Riley Newman.
Side out.
Don't see that often, do you, from a player to hit left hand, right hand, doesn't matter.
No, and that's even a left-hand overhead. I mean, just to have just that's an idea your brain says go ahead and do is something else.
Perfect shot from Kovalova and a fist bump to go with it.
Yeah, so Newman, again, that's that. Parento has been the dictator in women's, and now she's got to find the time to finish the way Riley is set up, and perfect there. Stay on Lucy, Riley steps in. So they are playing nice complementary pickleball.
Side out.
Flicked off Matt's paddle. Lucy was ready behind him.
2-2-1. Point. Three, two, one. Second server.
So there's the threat of Matt moving, and it's in Riley's head, so he tried to go down the line there.
3-2-2.
Just kissed it a little wide with the spin of the ball.
Point.
Crowd gasps and Riley Newman smiles as one gets by right. Little SNS there.
4-2-2.
Yes. Sorry, not sorry.
So 4-2, and we have got a special guest joining us, Callie Smith, in the booth with us. Drew Felios, Dave Fleming, and thrilled to have Callie. And Callie, I know it's been an emotional day for you.
Just a little.
The morning didn't go exactly the way you wanted, but before we get into that, happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to every mom out there. Moms are the best.
Second server.
Absolutely. And Callie, you're watching here your current partner, Kovalova, your past partner,
2-4-2.
and Catherine Parento. You guys had great success together as well.
We did. Yeah, both are amazing players, so it's fun to watch them compete together. Ooh.
A match like this playing out, what do you think your average pickleball fan should look for in a match like this? What's it going to come down to?
Honestly, it's tough when Riley's got that awesome backhand. He's crowding over towards Lucy's side, so Lucy's got a lot of pressure on her to try to keep it away from him. But she's doing a great job with moving the ball around, and I just think fans can look for a lot of speed ups, a lot of hand battles, and I think it'll come down to whoever wins the hand battles, the most hand battles.
Into the net from Parento. It's so enjoyable to play in these tournaments, but it must be so difficult too when you get all the way to the finish line, come up just short. Huh? How do you rebound, recover from that, Callie?
So that's a great question. I used to not recover.
Really?
It pushed me to do harder. It pushed me to work harder, and I internalized it a lot. But I've been working on realizing that you can't win everything as much as you want to, especially when you're playing against the best of the best all the time, every week. It's a tough mental game, and so working on your mental game is a huge part, an aspect of the game as well. But I've been working on just trying to let it go. You know, it's a game. In the end, it's a game, and life's too short to spend too much time thinking about pickleball.
Even though that's occupying a lot of your brain, let's be honest. Callie, you've had the situation that Matt and Riley are dealing with, where you play with a partner and then you come right back out on the court and either play against them in singles or doubles. How do you deal with that situation?
So I try to have a short memory. The shorter memory you have of it, the easier it is to move on. Sometimes you just have a bad match or you're not moving as well. So it's really important to psych yourself back up and realize, okay, I've got another chance here. Let's go.
So a stoppage in the action here. Kovalova and Wright leading 5-4. Parento and Newman, they won game one. Trying to follow that up in game two. We're joined by Callie Smith, gracious to join us here with her time out of the state of Utah. Well represented here today. Tyler Loom also playing well in this tournament.
Yes, thanks for letting me join you. Excited to be here.
Yeah.
Beautiful here.
Absolutely is. North Carolina, we didn't really know what to expect coming here. Has this place surpassed your expectations?
Although it's Lifetime. Lifetime never surprises me. It's always a beautiful facility. Anywhere I go, it's a great. They do a good job. So it's been fun to play indoors. I wasn't expecting indoors though. Found out a couple days before the tournament actually that it was indoors. So that was a little bit of a shock. But you make adjustments as you go. Everybody has to deal with it.
Yeah, in the indoor situation, it's definitely been a factor here, from the sight lines to the lighting and even the distance behind the court. How have you adapted throughout the week to hone your game to fit the conditions? Obviously, sun and wind not a factor.
Well, after my first day of running into a net on the back and skidding my knee, I learned my lesson and tried to stay forward on the line.
Yes, you are.
Sometimes you learn the hard way, don't you, Callie?
It's true. It's true.
Kovalova now to serve. Murray and Wright leading 5-4 here, game number two. Match like this, obviously you played with both Parento and Kovalova. You've also played with Newman as well. Do you have a favorite? Do you root for anybody, or you just watch and hope everybody plays well?
Well, as of right now, since Lucy's my partner, she's of course my favorite. So I love Lucy as well, but it's tough because you get close with all the players, and especially as Catherine was my partner before. So I mean, you always have a soft place in your heart for the people you play with. You get to know them, they become your friends. So it's tough to cheer against your friends, and but they're all great players. So it's like, oh, you almost want everybody to win. So for me, when you're friends with everybody, at least on the court, it's tough to root for one versus the other. But in this case, since Lucy is my current partner, I'm cheering for her.
Fair enough. Makes sense. 6-4 now. Kovalova and Wright with the lead. Also ask you too, you've got two children here on Mother's Day, to continue to be competitive and to take your game to the places you've taken it over the past few years. What advice would you give to mothers out there that still want to play this game competitively?
Number one, make sure your husband is supportive of it, because that's a huge deal. My husband, in fact, that's one of the reasons I married him, was because he told me that he would let me live my dreams, and he is stuck to that, and I love him for it. But that's my rule number one. Second is that it's possible. Anything's possible if you work hard enough and keep whatever you dream. You work hard, you can succeed at it. So.
And work hard is something you are known for, from the fitness, from the commitment you have off the court. That's what a lot of people don't see. Now, you're kind enough to give pointers, tips, and weekly things that folks can try and do. Certainly not to the level you do, but get them as fit as they can for when they take the court. What was your inspiration to go down that road as well?
I've always been into fitness, especially in college for me. So my used to be goals and dreams used to be to play pro tennis. And so I wanted to be the best I could possibly be. So I would work out a lot on the side outside of practices, and it just helped me be better on the court, both mentally and physically. And I thought if I'm the most in shape on the court, no one can beat me. And that's the mentality I've kind of taken into pickleball as well. The more fit you are, you can outlast any of your opponents.
Had some emotional points over the past few.
4-7-2.
4-7 now with Parento and Newman serving. Oh, some great gets by Parento. Oh! Stop it.
Wow, what an amazing point. Some beautiful gets. Wow.
That point had a little bit of everything, crowd. So into it here in Charlotte. Oh, comes off the net.
So Newman comes over, thinks he's going to poach, hits the tape, takes two Bugs Bunny swings at it, and it goes wide, just as he drew it up.
Side out.
There's that pressure with Riley on that backhand.
Okay, and they're going to switch sides here. This is interesting. First time in the match.
What a lot of people may not know is why people switch sides, especially if they're doing well, is just to get a little bit of a different look, make the other team think a little bit, change their game plan, messes with their mind a little bit. Because when you have one game plan in your head and then all of a sudden something different happens, you have to make quick decisions. And sometimes those quick decisions can get in the way of hitting a shot.
Yeah, that was the reason, in my opinion, that Wright and Newman won the men's match, because they made that switch.
Oh, a little miscommunication there. A rarity for Wright and Kovalova.
And there he goes. Lefty action to save it. Stretch Armstrong, full Stretch Armstrong. His defense is unbelievable.
I would say Riley has the best defensive game in the game. Pickleball. He's tough to get a ball by.
Oh, ATP comes off for Lucy.
The dreaded HTP there hit the post. So I think she had a chance to let that travel a little bit more, but the defensive menace of Riley sitting over there, and you know he's going to get it back, so you want to make it even better.
Callie, talk about playing back-to-back matches. Newman and Wright involved in one before and now have to go right back on the court. How much does that take out of you?
I think it's, when you're on the pickleball court, at least when you played a lot of tournaments, you were pretty used to getting right back on the court. Either that or you have a 6-hour wait, seems like sometimes. But just that's part of the mental game, is just being ready for whatever comes your way. And I think it's actually a benefit here for Riley as he came off of the win. So he's got momentum. I guess him and Matt both won, so they both have momentum coming into the game, which is nice and a good start for them.
Sign up.
Saw Matt Wright getting emotional earlier this week. Had some moments there with Julian Arnold. Not sure if you had a chance to see that, but do you think this game needs a little bit more of that? Those hot rivalries back and forth?
I think there are a lot more than maybe you catch.
Really? Okay.
I hear a lot of most people are nice off the court and on the court, but sometimes the alternate ego comes out when you're playing matches, and you can't really take it personally if it's coming your way. I myself have an alternate ego,
okay.
so I know that's the way it goes. She doesn't yet. You're welcome to name it.
Is there somebody then that brings out the best or the worst out of you on the court?
I think if I'm ever down, just to get the fight, I start saying my come-ons and get going. Some people refer to it as beast mode,
okay.
but I think everybody has a beast mode on the court. So.
Another one. Don Stanley just scaring the living bejesus out of everybody here again with the loud yell of the foot fault. Here comes. Oh yeah. Yep. Dragged it through there. So.
Okay.
So a timeout called. 7-all here. Game number 2. Nothing has come easy for both teams. As Wright walks off temporarily and in a bit of dismay.
I think they got a challenge here, Drew, of it actually.
So referees will step aside. And if we do have a challenge, we're going to stay here with the action. Don Stanley has the headset on. That means we're taking a look at this one more time.
Yeah, it looked like it. And Callie, I'll ask you, you played on center on Championship Sunday. Do you and your partner talk about the idea that we need to have a timeout in case a situation like this comes up? It's different than obviously the rest of the week where there is no instant replay.
I think it's tough to take a timeout or to lose a timeout, so you want to make sure that you really think you're good before you call what's the video challenge. So I think he thought that he was good, and if not, if they're not sure and you need a timeout anyways, it's not ever a bad thing to challenge it. So it gives you a timeout. You can discuss it, get a little break, maybe have the other team thrown off their momentum. So either way, it's a win-win.
Lose one timeout.
So the call does stand. Don Morgan does make it official there.
Football. Lose one timeout.
Yeah, back to the beast mode of Callie Smith. I've had the pleasure of playing with the beast, and we got to play split pro together. And we played.
Dave was the beast in that day.
Was he really?
He was. He set me up for everything. Drive and crash was our motto.
Was our goal, and it got us a medal. So
good.
A lot of fun to play with this woman to my left. She's got big game, and what a shot there from Newman down the line.
That ball is lost behind our camera.
And if I just hit that ball, I will get into a stop, drop, and roll to find it because it's got magic in it. You have any superstitions on the court, Callie, or you just go?
No. I'm just go, which I'm grateful for, because if I did, I think there'd be issues. Great hands by Matt. That's tough to attack the middle, especially when Matt has such good reflexes. He's got great hands.
Kudos to our cameraman Mateo down there in the corner, tracking that ball down as we play on here. Parento and Newman lead by 1.
Nice shot. Sorry. That was a great shot by Lucy.
And we got a 75% fist raise out of that one, the inside out tag of Parento.
8-8-1.
They desperately need this. Down 2 will be a huge hole.
Point.
The dinking back and forth can cause a lull sometimes. You won't be,
9-8-1.
sometimes it disguises that speed up from coming, and I think that's what happened on that last point from with Catherine and Lucy.
Oof.
Second server.
Newman tees off. Now second serve coming up.
9-8-2.
Wright can't get to it.
Right up.
So we saw Wright close the middle a couple points ago, and that time it's Newman that does so. It's so tight here at 8-9.
8-9-1.
You think, Dave, you think they're feeling pressure?
Yes, I do. Great read and great footwork by Newman there. That was hard to not let your body lean, and you put your foot just on the edge of the kitchen, and yet he's able to go
9-9-1.
parallel, not crash into Catherine, and tie the score.
Very athletic move from Riley.
Wow. I like your Walinda's reference because it was perfect on that one, and Wright matches it on the other side.
Oh, and then
And he got it.
are you not entertained?
Safe. He's safe on that one.
Looks at Don Stanley. He's like, where's the yell?
So Wright is involving our head referee, Mr. Stanley, on the Ernie there.
9-9-2.
Big point here. Oh,
Point.
That's a great point. Matt just missed that.
Yeah, neither player was on balance there. It just slithered in between the two of them.
game point. And that is just wide. Lucy says it's good.
Point.
And it will be a point.
Okay. Going to challenge it?
And let's see, we will have an official challenge here.
Yeah. We have a video challenge of the out call.
Oh, so close.
It's very close. From my angle, it looked good, but you can never tell from the point of view of the court.
There's a lot of blue around the ball, but man, that's tight.
See Newman's eyes right on top of it. Is enough there to overturn it? That's the question.
We shall see.
If it
Again,
isn't.
on a game point, we had the first match of the day, as unfortunately you know, Callie, ended with a call, and
It's okay. My return was out. It was
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
It's unfortunate. Make those returns. Dang it.
yeah.
Video review, the call stands. Video review, the call stands. 11-9. Parento Newman. Game. 2 minutes.
So game 2 goes to Parento and Newman. They're up 2-0, and Catherine Parento now a game away from completing the Triple Crown for the first time ever here in North Carolina. So stand by, more great pickleball to come. Wright and Kovalova have got their work cut out for themselves. Game 2 to Parento and Newman. We're back to Charlotte in just a moment.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Dave Fleming here with Callie Smith in the booth with us. Thrilled to have her. Utah has been everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some mountains with some snow on them here in North Carolina. There's so many folks from Utah representing here in North Carolina, but two very tight games go the way of Parento and Newman. So if you've dropped two close ones, Callie, what's your mindset going into game 3 in a best-of-5 here?
You've got to get this one. It's either this one or it's done. So you've got to put it all on the line here in this game.
They're switching starting server. Parento will be.
The average shots so far is 10.5 in game 2, and you can see that this has happened a few times today. The Parento and Newman are switching who the first server is. And the huge swinging slap from the Michigan tennis star hits the tape and skitters wide. And that one finds the right foot of Parento.
Looks like they're starting off the game a little bit aggressive. Looks like they're doing more drives than drops.
Second server.
Matt shakes his head at Lucy. Don't drive. Don't drive. Drop and get in.
But not a high one to Riley's forehand. So
that's tough. That's
maybe
tough.
more specific with the instruction.
Especially if there's nerves involved, getting that ball to drop is difficult.
And how will Parento deal with the nerves here, knowing that a very hard to achieve triple crown is now but 9 points away.
2-0-1.
This will be her first triple crown if she wins this, I believe.
That is correct.
Second server.
Good low dip shot by Matt right there with his backhand flick, getting that low at Catherine's feet.
Point.
Tremendous job by Parento of filling the middle, folks. The backhand can have the middle. Don't listen to instructors that say it's always the forehand. And then great compliment. Matt was unable to see Riley come flying in there to finish.
Oh.
Point.
And look at the finger wag by Newman there as Kovalova goes to Ernie, and Newman purposely hits her standing out of bounds. See if that inspires something.
She maybe moved a little early, so he was able to see that and capitalize on that.
It's nice to win the point after the finger wag, so right threads the
true.
needle.
Point.
Great jump of the corner by Wright there, and another lefty attempt by Newman does not make it over.
Second server. One, 4-2. Point.
Good pressure by Lucy and Matt. Matt's moving, showing some movement in the middle there, putting a little pressure on Catherine to try to get it a little bit wider.
Point.
So Parento goes for the lob volley, and it just goes off the top of the Onyx Premier there, and
Yes.
unsure whether that would have stayed in or
3,
not. We'll
4,
never know.
2.
5'11" reach, though.
Exactly.
Side out.
And there's the bait. He just throws the line in and says, hey, the other side of me is open, and that is exactly where he wants you to put the ball, and it's hard to stop yourself.
It is hard, especially if you
4,
like to
3,
speed
1.
the ball up. It's like, oh, there it is. I have fallen bait to that many times.
Point.
Ball just kisses the top of the tape there. It's a good dinking rally.
5, 3, 1. Point. Six, 3, 1.
Ooh, and
Second
you hate to
serve.
miss a drive after you got a gimme on the one before that. Matt doesn't miss that backhand
6,
volley
3,
ever.
2.
It's another tough thing. You win one drive and you think you got it again, but the team's usually ready for that next one. Great shot.
Side out.
Great reach in by Lucy. Catherine was moving the ball around pretty well on those dinks. Matt couldn't get involved. Lucy
3, 6,
decided to
1.
reach in and take that through the
I mean,
middle.
full extension. That's a huge degree of difficulty. And about an
Second
hour
serve.
ago, Newman would have never wanted Matt Wright to get tagged, but he
3,
loved
6, 2.
delivering it there.
Side out.
And sometimes we just get ambitious.
6, 3, 1.
Went for the shake and bake on that last one.
Point.
The drop by Catherine there, and then you get in between. Should I take it out of the air or not? And then the ball eats you up.
7, 3, 1.
4 points
Worst
from a
feeling.
triple crown. It is the worst feeling.
Point.
And Kovalova took on Wright, and Wright has a high fist there on the raise to, pretty sure he's not mocking Lucy there, but similar
8,
style.
3, 1. Point.
And shakes and bakes his own ball.
Riley's feeling pretty confident right now, so he's going to start going for a lot more aggressive
9,
shots.
3,
He's
1.
going to try to finish this out and keep the pressure on.
Second serve.
Good deep return to Parento. Can't get that third roll in.
9,
See if
3,
they make her
2.
hit this one, because Newman is on fire. That's in. Tweener. What a point. And ladies and gentlemen, we are at not just mixed doubles gold medal point,
No.
but triple
You need to be over there.
crown
Yes.
point for Catherine
No.
Parento. Let's get the correct server here, for heaven's sake. Okay.
10,
Good
3,
catch,
2.
good catch. That would have been a sad moment on the match point there.
Side out.
Okay, so
Got ambitious on the
try
drive.
number 1 does not go there, and I can
3,
only
10,
imagine
1.
the beats per minute of Catherine's heart right now.
Second
Trying to reach
server.
in again there. Not a bad move. Just
Little
misses it.
off speed from Matt right there, and handled by the left hand again by
3-10-2.
Riley Newman. So one more stop and then they get another shot at this. Oh, and Parento was back there.
Looking to defend. She's got a great defensive game as well. Tough to win a point against the two of them. Here's Lucy's signature backhand. She cranks on that. It's a great shot by Lucy, moving forward, taking that out of the air.
And it's so hard as a two-hander, as we both know, to not pull that wide.
And now Matt and Lucy hope to get on a little bit of a roll here, guys.
Countdown receiving team.
Yep.
6-10-2,
So
1 minute.
Triple Crown point number 1 was saved, and now they're having to call timeout.
Parento and Newman on the brink of a mixed doubles championship. Matt and Lucy hope to have one final run after this. Is there one final run in Lucy and Matt? We're about to find out.
Point.
Matt exerted some pressure on that point there, saw an opportunity to poach and took it.
7-10-2.
Not victorious on that one.
Drew Felios, Dave Fleming, Hannah Johns, Callie Smith with us right now in the booth as well. And Matt hits one into the net, and now we're going to have championship point.
Triple Crown point number 2. Parento.
7-1. Second server.
And Dave, with every missed opportunity, that pressure just sort of builds, doesn't it?
It triples.
10-7-2.
Riley's going to try to drop on this one. It's Catherine this time.
Matt and Lucy did this with Arnold and Irvin a couple days ago, and here they go again.
And 3 are saved. 1 on an
7-10-1.
Ernie, and actually the best play Matt made in that was when he was beat behind him. He was able to get the ball to safety
Second server.
and then left a third way too high and ate some pancakes with lots of syrup.
Riley loves that pancake forehand, that's for sure. Don't give a high one to him.
7-10-2.
Point closer. It's 10-8.
Matt and
8-10-2.
Lucy squeezing their way back into the game.
Oh!
Side out.
Lucy fought that one, didn't she, Callie?
She did. Tough match. She's kicking herself right now,
10-8-1.
not letting that last one go out.
Oh my.
Point. Game.
So Parento and Newman mixed doubles champions, and they do it in 3 games. And for Catherine Parento, the first time in her PPA career, she has won the Triple Crown.
Congratulations to Catherine and Riley. They played some great 3 games, or some great, speak English, Callie, great games in those 3. And they're doing really well. So great points, stuck out through the pressure and came out on top. So great job to them. Congratulations.
What a game 3 it was for Parento and Newman. They just did not let up. When we come back, they join Hannah Johns.
Point. Game.
Back here in Charlotte with brand new mixed doubles pro champions. It's Parento and Newman as they do it over Kovalova and Wright. And now they join Hannah Johns on the court.
Well, thanks, Drew. I'm here on championship court one more time. I'm with Riley Newman, Catherine Parento. You guys are the champions. Congratulations. That was an awesome match. You were able to close out in just 3 games. How did you achieve that victory over a team of such caliber as you went up against?
Well, the first game was very challenging. I think it went to 14-12. Catherine and I really dug deep, but you know what? I felt like the crowd really helped us today. So give yourselves a round of applause. You know, I've had a really great week in North Carolina. I'm going to be teaching on Monday and Tuesday, but you know, it was just a really, really good feeling to get the W. I know we're up 10-2 in the 3rd game, and we're thinking, oh my God, just get 1 more point. And they come back, it's 10-8, and then luckily we got the final 11th point. But really happy, double gold for myself, so it's my first time getting the double gold on the PPA Tour, so very, very excited. And congrats to my partner. She actually got a triple crown today.
Catherine, you join a short list of legends like Ben Johns and Simone Xiaojing, the triple crown you have achieved here today. How are you feeling right now?
I feel great. I was hoping to get a triple crown this year, and I'm just so excited. It came pretty early in the year, so I'm looking forward to see what we can do for the rest of the year. But I couldn't do it without my partners, Leia, today, who battled it out, and Riley, who's just a beast out there. So thank you. Thanks for my partners as well.
We'll talk about how your relationship together as a team has evolved over your time playing together.
Yeah, we started playing early last year, and normally I play with my sister Lindsay, and I'm sure that all the Newman clan back in Arizona and Seattle, they're watching, so shout out to the Newman clan. But once Catherine and I really partnered together, we started building that chemistry. Each tournament, we just started to gain a lot more familiarity with one another, and now we're playing our best pickleball, and we've gotten our 2nd title this year, so hopefully we can just build on it and just keep the momentum rolling.
We want to see all of that coming up, and we're going to bring Connor Ogden from the PPA Tour on court now to present your trophy. Connor.
Catherine, Riley, you two are perfect here in Charlotte. Congratulations on, Riley, your 2 titles, Catherine, on your triple crown here. You guys are, nobody can beat you in Charlotte, apparently. So thank you so much for coming out and showing out for Charlotte. We love having you guys out here. And on behalf of the PPA Invisalign, we'd like to present you guys this trophy. Congratulations.
Drew, take us away.
Thanks so much, Hannah. We've got much more to come, including the men's singles pro championship. That's coming up next from Charlotte. Championship Sunday continues right after this.